Hello everybody, it's Foxy speaking, and this is quite an important video, this one is. This is a video talking about VE Day, because if you didn't know, the 8th of May, every single year, is an important day to the calendar, known as VE Day. VE Day was actually the very day that marked the end of the Second World War, which was just, oh God, absolutely awful and really devastatingly sad in many ways. World War II. 2015 marked the 70th anniversary since the day of VE Day. 8th of May 2015 was the 70th, and the 8th of May 2020 was the 75th. Quite importantly. But believe this or not, it will be a big surprise is that 8th of May 2025, this time 4 years time, is marking the 80th anniversary of VE Day, marking the ending and the demise of World War II, following Hitler's suicide in Nazi Germany. No, but it was a very big celebratory day, VE Day, marking the end of World War II. Street parties all around, all over the world, and certainly huge swathes of parties and street parties going about in Greater London that very day, you know. And this day is very important because of commemoration of World War II veterans who served as soldiers, generals, admirals, majors, commanders, my goodness, lots of worth listing out. And certainly is VE Day in commemoration of, as well as Remembrance Day, in commemoration of World War II veterans who were captured in enemy Nazi prison camps and all that, in a comprised set of different locations via tactical commanders working within the Nazi occupational working procedures to capture British troops or British soldiers, which was just really not good until they were eventually released from being prisoner of wars. I mean, one of my friends, a little bit older than I am, who's the daughter of a former World War II veteran who was shot and captured and would not get out of the prison until the end of World War II. And she said it was to me, when I did a video regarding over Remembrance Day, said it's very important all people make videos talking about World War II history subject and seeing that people should have respect for it. Well, I 100% agree with my wonderful new friend who said that to me, and then she did share me this, this rather heartfelt and sad but very important story of her father when he served in World War II. I mean, he very sadly died in the 1990s, very sadly, which, well, of course, there are fewer World War II veterans around now these days because they are now in their 90s to early, mid and late hundreds now. Well, they're now well into their 90s and in their late 90s, mid to late 90s, mid 90s, well into their 90s, certainly now in their hundreds, many are of them, those who are still alive over in England, and even in their mid to late hundreds. And of course there is an Irish World War II veteran who, I mean, he's extremely old now because he's 107 going on 108, you'd never believe it. But of course there are World War II veterans who are still alive, being well into their hundreds, of course living to 95 or any age to 100 or any age older than 95 is nothing but astonishing. And living past, and if you're alive past the age of 105, sorry to get off the topic of subject, living past 105, you are considered to be extremely old. Well, it is an extremely old age, 105 plus. Now these days, of course, but before it was younger. An extremely old age was younger in the past. Oh yeah, but my apologies, no, but VE Day is very important. And certainly when Winston Churchill made that speech, when he declaring the end of World War II, and no, it's very important, VE Day. A very important day. It was a celebratory day for many British people and people around the world, declaring the end of World War II, but also, as well as it being a day of a celebration, it was also an important day respecting and honouring World War II veterans, and certainly those who are still alive as of today, because it's unlikely they're going to be around for much longer, and eventually there's just going to come a point where there will be no more World War II veterans surviving or living, because they would have been very old and would have died of old age, very, very sadly. I've never met a World War II veteran in person. Oh, actually I have. I mean, I've not seen one for a long, long time, but in my very early childhood, obviously with my parents and my brother, we used to live next door to a World War II veteran when I was a little toddler. I've personally met one and seen one with my own eyes. I mean, he very, very sadly died a long, long time ago, unfortunately. This was a long time ago when I lived next door to a World War II veteran. The man's name was John, a very friendly man, I have to say, who used to throw over cakes over the wall into our garden, because he had a profession in baking, the man did. Yes, so I've met a World War II veteran, but obviously a very, very long time ago now. And VE Day, a vital and important day for all people comprised of different types of countries and nationalities around the world should really, really know about. Everybody around the world should know of VE Day and be respectful towards that very, very day. It's a vital day, as I call, worth remembering. What I describe VE Day, and certainly when the 80th anniversary of VE Day comes in 2025, is I describe it as a vital day which is well worth remembering. And I'm sure many of you would get the point. But VE Day, very important day. And also, you must remember that VE Day and Remembrance Day is not all about over-glorifying war. It's about the conflict the veterans and us civilians had suffered through, reminding why we must never have world wars again. It's also a time to reflect the soldiers, generals, commanders and admirals who had passed away as well, who lost their lives defending our freedom. VE Day. A very important day to remember and very vital. Thanks all indeed for watching. Ta-ta, another time. From Foxy.